I've spent my 20s screwing around, being poor, having way more fun than anyone deserves to have. Now it's time to make some money.
Join us for the ride of a lifetime.
Let's watch an idiot try to ride a motorcycle. Some guy rides.
Alright, what's more fun? The Royal Enfield Himalayan or the Honda Trail CT125? The CT125 is very fun when there's no luggage involved and when there's no roads with traffic that you have to worry about holding people up. And if there's no, large chunks of 55-mile-an-hour roads. So getting here sucks on the CT125, but the route itself would probably be pretty good except for a couple spots on the slab. I mean, it was good. The biggest issue was getting here and getting home was hellish. Not that bad, but just, whatever. And with the luggage, it's top heavy a little bit and not as fun as it is without the luggage, like we did on the Ding Dongs do Del Rio 2. It's really fun without the luggage. It's just I don't know if you know this, but it's just not an adventure bike. That's not what it's for. It's for jamming around on roads like this or even smaller trails, whipping around, having fun. It doesn't like it if it's too rocky because it can't handle it, because the suspension and the tires are too small. Whereas the Himalayan, honestly, it's good at all this stuff. It's fine on the road. I mean, most people would say it doesn't have enough power, but it's got enough power. It's fine. You can go on the highway without an issue. It's good on this stuff. With the Moscow system, it really handles the luggage well. It's nice and slung low. And I don't really even notice it that much. The only con I can think of is the weight, and that only comes into play in like really tricky, where you're going very slow, or stuff like that. So I don't know. I think everyone should own both bikes. How about that? They should own both of those. They should own a V85, Moto Guzzi V85. They should own a Goldwing or a Harley Ultra Glide, something like that, Road King. And they should own a Ducati Monster, probably. I don't think I want a Ducati Monster, but I think John Yupao does. Those bikes, I think they're just asking for trouble, because like I've said on the desert ride, power corrupts, and if you have it, you're going to want to use it. And I'm sure they're extremely fun, but I don't think I need to be going that fast, that quickly on any motorcycle. What's the old Honda? What's that Honda one called? That's like the fastest production motorcycle. Hubastank? Well, I forget what it's called. Is it something like that? Future Ange? Anyway, I definitely don't need one of those. Also, I just don't think like street bikes look cool at all. At least I can't think of one that I think looks cool. And keep in mind, I'm saying I think looks cool. I'm not saying they don't look cool, because maybe they do. I'm just saying, for my tastes, I don't want one. What other bike should everyone own? Anyway, it's warmed up just enough to be beautiful. The road is lovely. Gets pretty tricky and rocky at times. I'm definitely using my new skid plate. That's another thing that's new since the Tour to Coalfield. I don't think I'm allowed to contract it into Tour Field. And I feel like I definitely broke something in the front end on that ride. That was some rough riding. Definitely rougher than this. I don't think I've gotten to the roughest parts of this yet, but I did something. Oh, let's talk about the other channel. It still hasn't launched. Maybe it has by the time you're seeing this. But also there's hunters everywhere out here, and they have these trucks with like dog things in them, and there's all these cute dogs. See right there, those dog kennels, like with their heads hanging out. There's a million of these guys. I wonder if it's like opening day for something. I don't know, but man, they're everywhere. But the other channel, yep, hasn't launched. I've edited 2 of the TMB videos so far. We, Jen and I vlogged the Japan and Thailand trip. And I don't know. I just don't know. I want to start that channel with a couple of videos that are kind of specific. And I feel like I almost need to use a teleprompter to say what I want to say. And I have a teleprompter, but I don't know. I just feel like when people use them, unless you're really good at it, it's a definite skill. And this is pretty special, this road. But unless you really know what you're doing, it doesn't look good. Because I want to start with a video that's kind of like, this is what this channel is going to be about, which is our struggle with trying to stop working so much and do more fun things. And then I want to present my retirement plan, which I've already presented to you, because I think that's going to just take off like wildfire. But then I also worry about getting flagged by YouTube for suggesting self-euthanasia. And then after that, I want to post the TMB videos, which editing those, man, it's so fun because I get to relive it a little bit, and good Lord, what an epic trip that was. Seriously, man. Seriously. Epic. Do it. Go do it. It's so good. But it's so freaking hard. Look at all these dudes, man, about to shoot stuff in the face. I wonder what they're all out. Let me just ask them. How's it going? Is it like opening season or something?
Yeah, fire station.
For what animal?
Fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fire station.
I was wondering why so many people were out here today. Awesome. Have fun. Good luck. Opening of bear season. God, bears are too cute to shoot in the face, aren't they? I think they are. Opening day of bear season. Hopefully I don't look like a bear. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the new channel. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen with it. I'm not sure that Jennifer and I have gotten our vlogging style down, because I'd really like to capture some of our like our weird relationship, because I personally think it's pretty hilarious. The way we communicate with each other is pretty funny. But what I found was when we were, you know, when the camera was out, that stuff wasn't happening, because I think we think it's personal, I think. Is that it? Is that what it is? It's just like, I don't know. But maybe we'll get used to it and it'll get easier or something. Or maybe that's just not something that needs to be filmed. I don't know. I'm on the spine of a mountain, my favorite place. Can't see diddly dick. Diddly dick? Why? What's the thought process there? Anyway, you can't see diddly dick. But I'm on the spine of a mountain nonetheless, and this is really rocky, and I bet it was fun getting in here on those trucks. And the thing about the Japan-Thailand trip is that it's like, does anyone really want to watch a business trip? It was kind of boring, I think. I mean, basically, we got there. I helped get Jen set up in the studio. Then I walk her to the studio in the morning. I go back to the room and work. And then I go walk and get her at night. We go eat dinner. We have a beer and a wine or two, and then go to sleep. It's not really that exciting, I wouldn't say. I don't think the networks are going to be beating down our door. I did do an excursion one day in Fukuoka where I went to see there's a reclining Buddha out in the mountains there. It's not far, and I was able to take public transport there, just a subway and a train. It was very easy. Public transportation is so good there and cheap. So anyway, I went out there, and it really looks like Western North Carolina too, right outside of Fukuoka mountains. It's really pretty. And the Buddha was pretty amazing. I think it was made out of copper, and it was massive, just massive. And there were all these like hiking trails and weird Buddhist stuff everywhere. It was cool. I think Buddhist, man, that might be the way to go if you got to go away, religion-wise. They seem chill, man. I don't know that there's many rules. I don't know anything about Buddhism, to tell you the truth. I did take a really good religion class in high school, but I have, of course, forgotten all of that. But I think I remember even then thinking that Buddhism sounded the coolest. But that was a cool place. But that was the only, like, sort of semi-interesting thing we did, or I did. Jen didn't even go because she was working in Japan. And then in Bangkok, it was kind of the same thing. Walk her to the studio, go get her at the end. And then we did have 2 days, and we did we had been in Bangkok 25 years ago or something like that. It was actually before we were married, and we had already bought a house together, so it was like we were happening. It wasn't up for debate anymore, really. But we were I was just thinking, let's just do all the stuff but not get married. I don't know. At the time, marriage just seemed stupid. And anyway, so we were like, okay, let's start traveling. We traveled some, together, but never anything like that. And we're like, okay, where's the craziest place we can afford to go? And it was Thailand. And we went to Bangkok, and then Chiang Mai, and then Phuket. And we had a blast, and we traveled really well together, and we had fun. And we rented, oh Jesus, you guys are distracting me from what's important out here, which is that. Look at that. Oh my lordy. Yes. Am I in Tennessee or North Carolina? I think I'm in Tennessee. God, that's gorgeous. Right. Anyway, we rented motorbikes in Chiang Mai and in Phuket. And in Phuket, we were riding around, and we saw this little trail off to the right that looked like it headed toward the coast. Oh, you gonna go sniff out some bear? Look, they've got radio wires and stuff, antennas. Man, it's gotten high tech since the last time I bear hunted. Which was diddly dick ago. We found this little trail, and Jen was like, we do not need to be going down this trail. It was a tiny motorcycle. It was probably a C90 or something like that. Like a Honda Wave style bike, or a Cub. And but we went down it. It was really sandy. Got stuck a couple times. She wasn't that happy, but she's usually game for anything. And we got to the beach, and somehow, I guess everyone else gets there by boat, because there was a little structure, like a lean-to with a bar, like a full-on bar. I mean, they had beers and drinks and everything. They had ice, and there were a few people that had come on boats sitting on the beach, and it was just freaking amazing, magical, and all the better because we just happened upon it, and it was just one of the coolest things ever, and we had a blast, and that was a good trip. And then, so we were like, all right, we got home, we're like, all right, we're doing this every year. Where are we gonna go next? Where's weird place number 2? And I guess, I don't know, Thailand doesn't seem as weird now. But for some reason back then, it seemed extremely exotic to us. Like, it was a place, I didn't know anyone else who had been there. I still don't know many people who have been there. So it seemed insane to us. And it was great. It was very, very strange and great. So anyway, we got home, we're like, okay, we're gonna do this every year. And then she got pregnant. I don't know what I had to do with that, but I think I was party to it in some way. And as soon as she got pregnant, my attitude about marriage changed. I don't know why. I had some sort of conservative thunderbolt strike me. And as soon as she said she was pregnant, I was like, we're getting married right away. I don't know why. because the plan was, like, we had sort of planned it. Like, we're like, okay, we're gonna go off birth control and see what happens. And of course, you know what happens. But there was no agreement, like, if you get pregnant, we're gonna get married or anything like that. I don't think we talked about it. I don't know. But anyway, I was just like, that's it. we're done. And when she found out, she was in South Carolina. We were living in Los Angeles, but she was in South Carolina with her family. I was in Connecticut with my family. And I found out, and we were still not doing great on the money at this point. So I had to take a Greyhound bus from Connecticut to South Carolina, which I don't know if you've ever taken a Greyhound bus, but it's not as fun as riding a motorcycle in the woods. I'll put it that way. It kind of sucks. But I remember I got off the Greyhound bus. I had really long hair at the time, dyed black. I think I sometimes still painted my nails black and stuff like that. I was still stuck in the rock world, even though I wasn't in the rock band anymore. And I remember getting off the bus, and later, and Jen came up, to meet me. Her dad drove her there. And I can't remember exactly what the deal was, but later I found out that when her father saw me get off the bus, like this disgusting, like, been on a bus for 24 hours, rock and roll dude with long black hair, that he started crying because when she told me on the phone, I'm like, all right, we're getting married. She told her family that that's what was happening. So he was, I don't know. I think he was worried. Let's put it that way. He was worried about his daughter. I don't blame him. I made it right. And before he died, he knew everything was cool. He knew the grandchildren, and he knew we were pretty solid. So no need to cry. But at the time, oh my God, if my daughter's soon-to-be husband, if that happened to me, I'd be crying too. I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't say a word about it, but maybe I'd be crying. Because you just worry, man. You worry. That's your job. I think the point of all that was to say that we didn't travel again because we had kids, then we had another kid, we had a kid, then we had another kid, and that takes a lot of time. I don't know if you know about that. And it also changed my attitude about making money. Although when the band got dropped, that's really all I wanted to do. I was like, okay, I've spent my 20s screwing around, being poor, having way too much fun, way more fun than anyone deserves to have. Now it's time to make some money, because I was just sick of being poor and having to worry about it. So my main goal in life was to make money, or to see if I could make money. And it turns out that I could. And but that was on my mind too. You got starting a family, you really got to get things set up a little better when it's not just you and your person. Got some responsibilities happening, and so we didn't travel again for probably 5 years. And where did we go after that? We got the grandparents to watch the kids, and we went to a friend's wedding in Florence, Italy. And then after that, we went to Positano by ourselves for a while. And the friend's wedding were these people that we knew in Los Angeles, Lauren and Pat, and they're both actors, and we always see him in stuff. Like, I don't know what he's been in recently, but He was in like Lost and all kinds of stuff. She was in the Clue movie. They're in all kinds of stuff. And I actually just heard from them out of the blue. Haven't heard from him in probably 5 years. And he responded to some Instagram post and he's like, dude, come see us. But they're famous actors, kinda. And that wedding was amazing. All right, I'm babbling quite a bit. Manic. Enjoying this road. I'm not having any fuel anxiety whatsoever.
Hey, please like this video if you liked this video, and if you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button and the alert bell. Also, if you're interested, there are links to gear lists and goofy t-shirts in the description. Thanks a ton for watching.